everyone, my name is Quang. My name is Tommy. I'm 10 years old. Today I will talk about science in lesson 71 in 4th grade. And first, I will talk about some words in our reading. And today we will talk about what makes a habitat. And the first word is habitat. Habitat is the natural home of a plant or animal. And the climate is the weather condition that the place receives over time. And the altitude is how high that place and how high the habitat is. Salinity is the is how much salt is in that body of water. And the topsoil is is where most of the humus is collected. And subsoil is under the topsoil, and many trees grow down to the subsoil. And today I'll talk about what makes a habitat. And a habitat is a natural home of an animal, and these natural homes can have different heights, different heights or altitude, or different temperature or climate. But they all have one thing the same. They are the natural home of a specific plant or animal. And some climate complements are sunlight and heat energy. And sunlight is the most well-known reason why some places it's hot while some is cold. And sunlight have heat energy, and heat energy, when it transfers from the sun to the earth, it also heat energy always go from a warm place to a cooler place. And the climate change as the sun is moving away. And if this is the earth and this is the sun and this is Florida, and the sun is shining toward it, then it is summer. And the heat energy, it is very hot because the sun is directly shining to Florida. And if this is Florida and this is the sun, then the other side of the world would be summer, while in Florida it would be winter. And all habitats contain water. Rainforests contain water on leaves of plants and under the water. Deserts also have water in oases. And sometimes the air and the gas also disturb how the temperature works. If there is no atmosphere, then space wind would blow onto the earth and make all things dead, including plants and everything. And Earth's components have two main types. They are the type of soil and the rocks and minerals. And in some places, like the rainforest, it is humus soil, while in some places, such as the beach, it is sandy soil. Like the desert, it is sandy soil. And in other places, like the mountains, it is rocky soil. And then in some place, it can also have clay soil. But all of them are created to hold water. Some can hold more water like clay. If there's clay on the ground, then trees would grow well because the clay held the water back so that the tree could drink it. And if there's sand, then only a few types of plants could grow because not even a plant can stand a chance with sand. Sand can be hot very easily, and if plants are too hot, then they will die. And then the sand also keeps it also keeps water, not keeping water in the topsoil, but keeping it in the subsoil. And it also depends on rocks and minerals. Some places have diamonds, while others have crystals, and some places have gold, where other places will have another type of jewel, and it can be a ruby or sapphire, and I will read. What makes a habitat? A habitat is a natural home of an animal or plant. These natural homes for living things contain all the space, shelter, water, and food each organisms need. Habitats are fascinating to study. Wherever you live, you can be sure that there is a variety of habitats to learn about. A habitat location determines its living and non-living factors. Some of the non-living factors come from such as the location's climate, such as the amount of sunshine and rainfall it receives. The type of water it contains and the amount of gases in the air. Other factors such as type of soil and minerals come from the earth. Sunlight and heat energy. Different habitats receive different amounts of sunlight. A habitat is mostly affected by the location on Earth, giving its unique climate. And when the sun's unique climate, and a climate refers to the weather conditions an area receives over time. As the Earth revolves around the Sun, it rotates on its axis, causing some places to receive more sun heat energy than others. Earth's tilt as it revolves and rotates gives some places 4 seasons, while other places only have 2 seasons. Along the equator, tropical habitats receive consistent amounts of heat energy from the sun. Polar climates are cold and frigid because where they are located on Earth. For half of a year, polar habitats receive little or no sunlight at all, making their winter season very cold. In the summer, sun shines constantly, but the subsoil is still frozen. Between the equator and the Earth's poles, we find habitats in more temperature or balanced climates. These habitats have 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Water. All habitats contain water. Rainforests are the wettest land habitats. They are usually found in tropical climates because of the high level of humidity or moisture in the air. Deserts are the driest habitats because it is difficult for rain and moist air to reach them. Sometimes this dryness is a result of desert being located in the middle of a continent or mountain chain that blocks the rain. Did you know not all deserts are hot? Antarctica is considered a desert continent because it receives fewer than 10 inches of rain each year. Some habitats are made of water. Salt water has a high level of dissolved salt. That is why the ocean tastes salty. The ocean is filled with saltwater habitats such as trenches, coral reefs, kelp forests, and salt marshes. Freshwater habitats have little or no salt. Lakes, pond, river, and stream can be found all over the world. Air and its gases. Not every place on Earth is in the same altitude or height above the sea level. The top of the mountain is at a very altitude, while the bottom of the valley or canyon is at a much lower altitude. The higher in altitude a person is, the less oxygen there is to breathe. Gravity is what holds the atmospheric gases in the Earth, making gases less dense on top of the tall mountain than gases near sea level. Organisms in mountains habitats are well suited for the air they live in. Earth's complements. Soil types. Plants absorb water, minerals, and nutrients from the soil. Different kinds of soil help different kinds of plants to grow. Desert soil, some soil called clay, can quickly turn into mud because it holds water. Some soil is sandy and water can easily flow through. Desert soil, for example, is usually drier and sandier than fertile or rich soil of a forest or riverbank. Earth soil contains Layers of the topsoil is the top layer of the soil. It is usually dark and rich in humus and nutrients. It is soft and absorbent enough to hold water. The subsoil is the layer of soil below the topsoil. It is harder and more packed down than the topsoil. It is almost so much lighter in color because it does not have much humus. Large plants of roots grow down to the subsoil in search of more minerals. Rocks and minerals. Some living things use rocks for homes. Algae and mosses often grow on top of rocks. You can often find decomposer by simply lifting a rock. Try sometime and watch them scurry for cover. You will see an entire community is living under the rock. Do you know that some animals make the mountains their habitat? God designed these animals to be sure-footed. They can climb in steep, rocky areas where it would be difficult for you to travel. The trees cannot grow beyond a certain height in some mountainous areas. Other plants can. Rocks are made of minerals. The soil is filled with important minerals that help plants to grow. Some plants need certain kinds of minerals more than others. You may remember that salt is a very common mineral. Some organisms thrive where the salinity or saltiness is very high. Living things in a habitat respond to the non-living things in their habitat. No matter how harsh or challenging a habitat environment is, our caring Creator equips the living things with what they need to thrive. Brain stretcher. God created the world with a variety of life to live in a variety of habitats. Each unique design shows God's creativity and provision. Habitats are part of larger areas called biome. Bio means life, and all life takes place in the biomes of the world. Biomes are huge ecosystems with similar climates, soil types, plants, and animals. Land biomes included tundra, coniferous forest, temperate forest, desert grasslands, rainforest. Water biome includes oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, and ponds. And I will read about some biomes of the world. Polar tundra. There's the polar tundra, conifer forest, temperate forests, grassland, desert, rainforest, water. Within a biome are many habitats. Some are very large while others are very small. For example, the temperate forest biome not contain forest habitats but also rivers, streams, and ponds. We can find many micro habitats or small habitats in this biome as well, such as living trees, fallen trees, rotten tree trunks, and stagnant mud puddles. Within each biome, we find the ecosystems broken down further into levels. Each ecosystem contains a community of living things. Within that community are populations of each species. Then the species contains individual living things or organisms. And this is the picture of is from a student an image of a shoebox diorama, and it is of the coniferous climate, coniferous forest. And here you cannot see it, but it is the same picture, but only on the lights off. A habitat is a location that determines its living things, and the tilt of the earth gives it seasons. Topsoil is rich in nutrients and humus. Salt is a common mineral. And the natural home of a plant or animal is a habitat. The temperature that the area receives over time is the climate. And the salinity is how salty the habitat is. And that is all I want to talk in this science lesson. Thank you for your listening, watching. Goodbye.